Here's a copy of the spreadsheet we developed for the main question in Unit 10. We have a $200,000 mortgage at 6.25%. But 6.25% is not what we'll actually be charged. It's the simple interest that will be divided by 12 to give us a monthly interest rate of 0.52%. Each month, the amount we owe the bank, the principal, changes as follows. First, it increases because we owe extra interest. For example, $200,000 plus 0.52% interest gives us a larger amount that we owe at the end of the first month. But each month we also pay the bank $1,231.43, and this reduces the principal. In the main unit question, we figured this amount so that it would exactly bring the principal to zero after 360 payments, that is, after 30 years. Our question now, in question 1 for Unit 10, is where does this money go each month, the $1,231.43? The answer is that part of the money goes to pay the interest that we owe on the amount that we still owe the bank, the principal. The amount we owe is different each month as we pay off the loan. Each month it's less and less. Therefore, the interest each month, the 0.52% of the amount we owe, is also smaller. The rest of the money goes toward reducing the principal. Notice that here at the beginning, when we borrow $200,000 from the bank, we owe the bank the full $200,000. But after 1 month, we owe a little bit less, about $200 less. Why? Because the $1,231.43 we paid is more than the interest that the bank is charging. The rest of the money goes to reducing the principal. Let's see, and this is the answer to the question, exactly how the breakdown works. For example, in this first month, how much is the principal reduced? Let's find out. We started owing $200,000. We ended owing a little bit less. The difference is the amount of the payment that went toward reducing the principal. We said it was about $200. In fact, it's exactly $189.77. So, of the $1,231.43, this part of it, $189.77, went toward reducing the principal. The rest, that's this amount minus the $189.77, went toward paying the interest. That is, of the $1,231.43, $1,041.67 paid interest, and the remaining amount reduced the principal. Notice that we calculated this by first figuring the amount that we reduced the principal, subtracting these two, and then seeing what was left to pay the interest. We could just as well have solved the problem the other way around. What was the interest paid on the first month? During the first month, we owed $200,000, and the interest rate was 0.52%. Here's the same number again. And if we liked, we could subtract this from the full payment to see what remaining portion was used to reduce the principal. This gives us the answer to the first part of the question. What is the breakdown of the payment in the first month? In the second segment, we'll make exactly the same calculation and see how the same exact payment reduces the principal when we make our first payment of the 10th year.